Hi, I'm Tyson with Adventure Rig, and Callie and I are currently out in the backcountry of Colorado on a beautiful afternoon here. There's no wind, the sun is shining, and most importantly, Callie and I are both warm, which is the key to happiness. On this little excursion, I'm wearing the Alpspitze Jacket and Pants made by Jack Wolfskin. This is a European brand, and I'm probably saying the name wrong. It looks like Alpspitze. That's maybe just now how I will refer to it going forward. That is definitely wrong though, and I think it's more something like Alpspitze, or at least that's what the Google is saying. So again, this is a European brand. It's brand new to Callie and I honestly am really happy with it. Both of these pieces are made out of the same fabric, and that is a Pertex Shield Air fabric. This is going to be very similar to, I almost don't even want to say it, but Gore-Tex. Because these aren't Gore-Tex, but you probably have heard of Gore-Tex and know what it is. It's waterproof and it's breathable. Well, there are other fabrics on the market that do the same thing, such as an Event or a Pertex. So this piece is 100% waterproof and very breathable. Now, the great thing about using something maybe like Pertex is that it's probably a little bit cheaper than using a Gore-Tex fabric. So what does that mean? Well, the jacket and pants also are going to be a little bit cheaper. Now, it's not dirt cheap. I mean, the jacket's still $500, but it's not an $800 jacket or even a $700 jacket. So that's kind of some of the benefits that you get when maybe you're not using the top of the line name brand that everyone out there knows. And again, it's going to keep you dry, shield you from the wind, and it's breathable. So if you're in the skin track coming up, you're not going to start sweating and feel like you're wearing a plastic bag. I'll start with the jacket and some of the features. As you can see, I have 2 chest pockets on the outside. What's nice about these is that they also allow some airflow, because if I open one of them up, when you look inside of it, this does lead to the inner side of the jacket, and on the inside of the pocket, it's a mesh material. So if you need a little bit of extra airflow, you can easily unzip that, and that provides a little bit more for you. Also, speaking of airflow, under both arms, I have very large, easy to get to and easy to unzip as well as zip armpits. And in case you're wondering, yes, this is my armpit, but these are actually pit zips. So wide open, I have a ton of airflow here. And as you can see, there's not any mesh material or anything. So if you find yourself in the absolute gnar, you're gonna get some of that gnar coming through and into your jacket, because again, there's not any type of mesh or anything, but it allows for a lot of airflow. Now, some of the other features that I like about this jacket is that on the bottom, I do have a fully adjustable hem, so I can snug that down if I so choose. Also, the hood. This is a pretty stellar hood. It has a ton of adjustability. So you can see that it's very large, helmet compatible. So if you're ice climbing or skiing or snowboarding, you're wearing a helmet, you can easily fit it up under this. Now, if I zip the collar up, you can see just how high that really comes. I feel like a little bit of a turtle here, and I can tuck back into my shell, again, if I find myself in the absolute gnar. And if I unzip it, another nice feature is that on the inside of this collar, there's a nice soft fleece material, so it's not chafing my face, because let's admit it, I have very delicate skin. Now on the back of the hood, it's adjustable. You have some Velcro that will pull the brim actually back if you feel like it's falling down into your face. And then it does have a cinch elastic on it so that you can pull that tight. And what that's going to do is take the sides of your hood and kind of just pull it all back so that you don't feel like it's kind of coming into your vision there. Because let's just admit it, what good is a hood if you put it on and you can't see anything once it's on? Not the case with the Alpspitze. I personally like this combo for backcountry skiing because it is so breathable, and I have a lot of options to get airflow, like what I said earlier, these pockets and the pit zips. But if you find you want to ride at the resort, well, hell yeah, you can. And they even provide a zippered pass pocket for you. Nice spot, throw your pass in there, and then when you're going through the turnstiles, you can easily whoop, run it by, and you're off to the races. One thing that I personally don't love about the jacket, or I don't know if I can say that I don't love it, but I would prefer, is that on the inside, one, there are no large pockets. So if you were out here in the backcountry you get done coming up, you're skinning, and you wanted to throw your skins into a large pocket here instead of maybe a pack, well, they just don't have that. Also, there's not a POW. Personally like POW skirts. Callie, she doesn't like them, so this is great for her. I like them, it just doesn't have one. The last thing that I want to talk about as far as the jacket goes is that on the outside of the cuffs, they do have Velcro, so they're completely adjustable if you wanted to cinch them down around your gloves or your mittens. I also lied, I said that was the last thing. I do want to touch on sizing because this is a European brand. I always have issues with European brands fitting me or knowing what size to go with. The Europeans are just built maybe a little bit different, but I went with a large and I thought maybe it would be on the small size. However, it is an absolute perfect fit. I don't have any excess sleeves that are being pulled up. They're not too short. And then as far as the length of the jacket goes, it's perfect. I can layer underneath it. You can see that I do have a small down jacket on underneath. And I also have a beacon over here. I have plenty of room in this jacket. So as far as sizing goes for the jacket, a large, I'm 6 feet tall, 200 pounds, actually 195. You know, I'm just gonna state that because I feel good about it. I'm on the weight loss journey. It's a personal one, but we're getting there. Moving on to the pants. I will go ahead and reference the size because we were just talking about it with the jacket. Sizing is a little bit different on the pants. It's maybe not just your small, medium, large. These are a large, but they're also a European 52. So if you go on the website, you can see that it's like 52, 50, 48. You have all these sizes to choose from. I really didn't know what I was gonna get because I usually get something that's way too small, again, with that European sizing. I went with a 52. I'm a 34-inch waist, and I am 195 pounds. Now, with the waist on these pants, they do have a little bit of adjustability. Right here, got some Velcro and elastic. I can tighten these up. However, these are just a little bit big for me. Now, they do have belt loops, so even with this elastic snugged up all the way, they are just a little bit on the loose side. However, I could throw a belt on and that would take care of the problem. Now, I'm a 34-inch waist and I'm 6 feet tall, about a 32-inch inseam, 31. And I would probably at least step down to a 50. Again, these are a 52 European size. I don't know what that would fit like, but I can tell you that these are a little bit big. I don't think I'd have any issues fitting into a 50. That's probably the golden spot for me. On the very front of the pants, I have 2 zippered pockets right here. All of these zippers are waterproof as well. And I should mention that all of the seams are a taped seam. I don't love these pockets. So that's gonna be my big complaint on these pants. The reason that I don't love them is because they're just right here in the front of my legs. Now I telemark. I know, no one cares that you telemark. So my issue is when I get into this stance right here, you can see that I have my cell phone right here. You can just see how tight these are, and it's a little bit uncomfortable. So that's my complaint. If they were maybe just on the sides, I would have a little bit easier of a time with it. They wouldn't quite get so tight. For me, that's my only complaint, but I have plenty of pockets everywhere else, so I could take my cell phone out and put it up here. It's really not a big complaint. Now I'm gonna zip this jacket up here because I can tell that it's getting on Callie's nerves and I'm looking a little frumpy. On the bottom of the pants, you can see that I have a nice large amount of reinforcement. If you're out skiing, you're gonna help prevent any type of cuts with the reinforcement that's here. Also, it does wrap around on the outside and go all the way to the back. You have a full 360 degrees, but it's a little bit taller on the inside here. Another great feature of these pants and why I like this kit for the backcountry so much is the amount of ventilation that I can get. So up here, almost at the waist, not quite, a few inches below is where the zipper starts, and I can go all the way down and completely open this up and get full ventilation. So on the way up, I had it about down to my knee. And again, it really helps with the ventilation. Now, if I go the other way with these pants, another thing that I like about them is the gaiter that's at the bottom. So if I start from the bottom and go up, again, I have a lot of ventilation. And then I have a button down here to keep it all together if it's unzipped. If I undo that, you can see my gaiter. Those also have buttons, and so I can undo that, And at this point, I can really just let it all hang out. There's nothing wrong with letting it all hang out. So you have a ton of ventilation and a lot of options with this. Again, these are the Alpspitze pants made by Jack Wolfskin, paired with the Alpspitze jacket made by Jack Wolfskin. And I'm saying it all wrong, so I apologize. Let me know in the comments if you know exactly how to say it. If you guys have any questions about this kit, please leave them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. And if you're wondering where we are or what we're up to, find us on Instagram and Facebook at Adventure Rig. If you found this review helpful, please give it a thumbs up as well as subscribe. Thanks again for watching. I'm Tyson with Adventure Rig.